This is Sonic, Tails and Knuckles. They're about to enter the world of the ancient samurai. But first, a word from our sponsor. Thanks guys, now let's get back to the story. The floating ring transporting Sonic, Tails and Knuckles suddenly began to slow down, indicating that it was almost out of energy. "Hold on," said Tails, grabbing onto a leaf. Sonic and Tails unleashed a barrage of spin attacks and knuckle sandwiches on the robots, while Knuckles and Ninja Sonic used their brute strength to smash them to pieces. The two hedgehogs stared at each other, realizing that they had a lot more in common than they thought. "You were really strong," Sonic admitted, extending a hand to his former opponent. "Thanks," Ninja Sonic replied, shaking it. "And I realized I was wrong about you. You may be fast, but you're also disciplined, focused, and a true master of your craft." Sonic smiled. "I guess we both learned something today." And with that, the two Sonics parted ways, each disappearing into the bamboo forest in their own unique way. Sonic, Tails and Knuckles vanished in a flash of light, leaving the ancient Japanese village untouched and unfound. And so, Sonic's greatest adventure yet continues. Just when it seemed the robots were about to be defeated, however, reinforcements arrived. And don't forget to subscribe for more exciting episodes. See you next time! More robots poured out of the forest, along with a giant war machine piloted by Dr. Robotnik himself. Despite the odds, Sonic and Ninja Sonic refused to give up. Using a combination of stealth, speed, and power, they took the fight to the robots, destroying them one by one. Finally, only Dr. Robotnik and his giant war machine remained. In a last-ditch effort to save his robot army, Dr. Robotnik activated a with their world crumbling around them, Sonic and Ninja Sonic knew they had to work together to save everyone. Using his knowledge of the forest, Ninja Sonic led Sonic and the others to safety. Just as the ground exploded behind them, the ring slowly descended into a peaceful bamboo forest, the only sound being the gentle rustling of leaves. Tails opened the door and stepped out with Knuckles right behind him. "Wow," he breathed. "It's so peaceful." Suddenly, a figure leaped out from behind some bushes and landed gracefully on the ground. It was a strange hedgehog with a blue mohawk and a green and white outfit. And before Sonic could even utter a word, the ninja hedgehog struck. He threw a smoke bomb that exploded in a flash of green smoke, then disappeared. Sonic looked around wildly, trying to locate the mysterious attacker. "Who's there?" he called out. Just then, a twig snapped, and Sonic turned to face the sound. As he did, a blue energy beam zipped past his face, narrowly missing him. "Whoa!" he exclaimed, dodging another one. "Who's doing this, and why?" To answer him, the blue beams suddenly stopped. The ninja hedgehog emerged from behind a tree, striking a pose. "You're not very good at this, are you?" he asked, smirking. "Who are you? And why are you attacking us?" "I am the legendary Ninja Sonic," he proclaimed. "And I challenge you, Sonic, to a duel to test your strength and skill." Sonic was taken aback. A talking hedgehog who looks exactly like him and wants to fight him? What kind of crazy adventure is this? But despite his confusion, Sonic couldn't help but feel excited for the upcoming battle. "All right, Ninja Sonic, let's do this." As the battle commenced, Sonic found himself evenly matched against his mysterious counterparts. Their speed and agility were too close to call. However, it soon became clear that Ninja Sonic had an advantage over him. He was able to predict Sonic's moves, countering his every attack with ease. Frustrated, Sonic began to lose hope. This guy is way too good, he thought. There's no way I can beat him. Just then, Tails and Knuckles joined the fight, distracting Ninja Sonic long enough for Sonic to recover. Together, the three of them took on Ninja Sonic, and although they put up a good fight, they were no match for his stealth-based super moves. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, the ground trembled beneath them. Out of the forest emerged a squad of heavily armed robo-samurais, led by none other than Dr. Behold, my army of robo-samurais is here to conquer this realm, he announced. And you, he said, turning to Sonic, will help me defeat the likes of these pesky meddling kids. With their common enemy now revealed, Sonic and Ninja Sonic set aside their differences and teamed up to take on the robo-samurais. The ensuing battle was epic. Panting from the battle, Sonic turned to Ninja Sonic, who had reverted back to his original form. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, hit the like button and leave a comment below to let us know what you think. A rift in space-time tears open above Green Hill Zone. Sonic doesn't notice, too busy sniffing around a butterfly. It lands on his nose and he sneezes. The force knocks him clean off his feet and sends him tumbling toward the rift. He disappears inside. Meanwhile, back in the real world, the source of the dimensional tear is revealed. It was caused by Dr. Robotnik testing out his brand new Chaos Rift engine, capable of distorting space-time itself. Hey, watch it, he yelled, bumping into the small Sonic. The little guy sighed dramatically and pulled his sleeve over his eyes. Do you know how to get back to my world? Sonic asked. My world? This world is your world now, Metal Sonic replied. I think I heard some explosions earlier, Little Sonic said, pointing in the direction of the ruined road. Take this, he yelled, launching a spinning kick at Metal Sonic. The robot simply caught his foot and tossed him aside like a rag doll. Sonic charged forward and slammed into Metal Sonic's leg. Say, get away from my buddy, he yelled. The robot ignored him and continued to walk forward. Where am I? He wondered aloud. Then he spotted a familiar-looking Hey, Knuckles, is this the Master Emerald? Yep, Knuckles replied. I was just admiring its beauty when suddenly, he paused, noticing Sonic's quizzical expression. Oh, fine. Let's go cause some trouble somewhere else, he said with a sinister grin. The screen faded to black. Wait, how did you get here, Why isn't he getting up? Sonic asked. Out stepped Sonic and Tails. I take it back, Robotnik said. That thing is definitely not ready for prime time yet. Ready for what? Sonic asked. Oh, nothing, Robotnik replied nervously. Nothing at all. He quickly changed the subject. So, what brings you guys to my base? We came to stop you from causing any more trouble in Green Hill Zone, Sonic said. Good thinking, Sonic praised. Let's go check it out. The two Sonics ran down the road. As they approached the bridge, they saw the source of the commotion. Emerald, he said. You mean this? Sonic asked. Little Sonic nodded. Use Emerald, he said. Use, what? You hold Emerald. Then jump in air, Little Sonic said. Then what? Spin. Fast spin, Little Sonic instructed. Sonic did as he was told. He held the Chaos Emerald close and jumped into the air. Then he started spinning faster and faster. At first, nothing happened, but then the ground below him started shaking. Cracks appeared in the earth, and lightning flashed in the sky. Suddenly, The chaos energy built up inside of him and exploded outward in a blinding flash. Tails was standing in the middle of the street. Flames were shooting out of his tails. Tails. What are you doing? Sonic asked. I'm trying to destroy this stupid robot, Tails snapped back. But I can't seem to hit him. Don't worry, buddy. We're here to help, Sonic said. What are you talking about? How did I get here? How do I get back home? You arrived here via a dimensional rift, but its location is unknown, Metal Sonic said, pulling out a pair of goggles and placing them on his face. Sorry, Sonic. But I have no intention of letting you harm my creator, he said. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna hurt anybody, Sonic protested. Really? Then why did you try to destroy my brother? Tails demanded. I didn't try to destroy you. I tried to talk to you, but you wouldn't listen, Sonic said. Talk, Tails repeated. Exactly. But you only spoke in sound effects, so I couldn't understand you, Sonic said. Tails blushed in embarrassment. Sorry, he said. So, do you know how to get back to my world? Rift, you mean like a portal? Sonic asked. Yes, I believe so. Although I doubt such a primitive device could support interdimensional travel, Metal Sonic replied. Well, I guess we won't be going anywhere then, Sonic said glumly. Sonic rolled his eyes. I can't believe how much of a downer you are, he said. He launched himself at Metal Sonic and started kicking him in the face, over and over again. Sonic couldn't believe his eyes. Did this little guy just kick a robot in the face? And why does he look so mad? He tried to help his smaller self, but Metal Sonic easily swatted him away. Stop that, you pest, he said. I won't allow you to damage my creation. We need to destroy the rift, Little Sonic yelled back. Destroy the rift, we destroy the rift. Will we go back to our world? Sonic asked. That is correct, Little Sonic replied. Suddenly, the little guy stopped sighing and stared at Sonic in disbelief. You can see me, Sonic blinked.
Of course.
You're here, and I'm here. Are we friends? The little Sonic shook his head rapidly. No, no, no. You go away. You stay there, he said, pointing in random directions. Why? What's wrong with being friends? Different. You, different, the little guy insisted. He needed just one more test to make sure it worked properly, he found. My secret test subject, he said, turning to Sonic. Test subject? What are you talking about? Sonic asked. I've been working on a way to make my robots more organic, more lifelike, the scientist explained. And I think I've finally done it. I present to you the ultimate robot, the one I call Metal Sonic 2.0. Metal Sonic stepped forward. Greetings, he said in a deep robotic voice. So he pressed the red button and watched with glee as a small wormhole opened up above Green Hill Zone. Ho-ho, it's working perfectly, he said. Then he noticed something odd. A tiny blue streak flew right through the middle of the portal and then closed it. What could that have been? He wondered aloud. Little did he know, Sonic was about to find out. Sonic regains his bearings and looks around in confusion. Everything seems different, like the sky is made of pixels. Then he realizes he's not in Green Hill Zone anymore. The trees are all jagged and angular. The grass has sharp corners. It looks like someone took the zone and put it through a blender. And then the sky started falling apart. A bunch of ones and zeros floated down slowly. He ducked under a falling G. What the heck? Where am I? What happened? But no one answered, because no one was there. Then he heard a familiar tune. Was that the Green Hill Zone theme? And he soon spotted the source. A little wooden box, with a handle on top. He lifted the lid and looked inside. There sat a smaller version of himself playing a tiny guitar. He was so focused on his music that he didn't notice Sonic staring at him. Sonic asked, waving his hand in front of the little guy's face. Startled, the small Sonic yelped and dropped his instrument. He quickly hid behind a block of wood. "Who's there?" he squeaked. "It's me, Sonic. Who are you?" The little guy poked his head out from behind the wood and stared at him curiously. Then he pointed at himself and said, "Me." Then he pointed at Sonic and said, "You." "You don't speak very well," Sonic noted. The little Sonic shrugged and grabbed his guitar again. Then he strummed a few chords and smiled sheepishly. Was this guy really only speaking in sound effects? As if on cue, a Koopa Troopa walked past. At that moment, another figure appeared. This one was much bigger, taller than even Dr. Robotnik. He wore a lab coat and goggles.
Hi, good.
Sonic exchanged glances with little Sonic. They both had the same thought. That voice sounds familiar. Hey, Metal Sonic, right? Suddenly, little Sonic stepped forward. He seemed angry. But how do we destroy it? We don't even know where it is, Sonic asked. Metal Sonic blasted Tails with a fireball. He dodged out of the way, but it knocked him off his feet. At that moment, Tails stood up and shook himself off. Just then, little Sonic stepped forward. "I show you," he said. He pointed at the Chaos Emerald in Sonic's hand. When things settled down, Sonic found himself in a strange new place. The sky was full of colorful portals. Tails and little Sonic were nowhere to be seen. Back in the real world, Dr. Robotnik looked up in surprise as a small portal opened up behind him. Robotnik threw his hands up in the air in mock surrender. And that's the end of episode 1. If you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. We're back with another Sonic OVA episode. Episode 3. Pirate, Sonic, and the Golden Ring. Our heroes have just barely escaped the clutches of the evil Doctors, who's searching for the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Tails, I wish we could explore it more, but we don't have much time. Can't argue with that, says Pirate Sonic. And with everyone on board, they set sail. I may not have the Chaos Emeralds yet, but this ring will do just fine, he says, holding up the golden ring of time. As Sonic and the gang battle Eggbot, Tails uses the golden ring of time to slow down their attacks. Whoa! So, this ring can actually slow down time. Great! But how do we destroy it? To defeat an enemy strong enough to take down the entire world, we'll need every advantage we can get, says Pirate Sonic. Okay, Sonic. Here goes nothing, says Tails, as he holds the ring above his head and focuses all his energy. Time to attack. With a powerful blast from Tails, the golden ring of time is destroyed, causing the Eggbot Kraken to explode. Looks like we won, says Sonic. Yeah, but we still haven't found the Chaos Emeralds. True, so, where were we? Oh, right? Let's go after that do-gooder and finish what I started, says Dr. Starline, as he flies off in his airship. And with that, the gang boards the Storm Emerald and gives chase. Sonic, says Tails. How are we supposed to steer this thing?
Don't worry.
Tails, I got this, says Sonic confidently as he takes the wheel. And with a mighty heave, they set off. We need to find the Chaos Emerald fast. But suddenly, a whirlpool forms beneath them. What the and out pops a spiky-haired hedgehog with a mischievous grin. Everything here looks familiar. Yet all the plants and trees seem to be made of gold. Welcome to the Golden Isles. Where am I? Suddenly, Captain Rouge pops out from behind a tree. Did you say gold, AU? I love gold. And she runs off, leading them deeper into the forest. There it is, the golden ring. And as Sonic reaches for it, Rouge swoops in and steals it. Hey, give that back, you dirty cheater. As Sonic chases her through the forest, the camera pans out to reveal everything is actually a giant pinball machine. And Rouge jumps onto a ramp just as it flips upside down. Sorry, Sonic, but I found the treasure first, says Rouge with a mischievous grin. And she flies off into the distance. Who are you? Asks Sonic. Why are you in my treasure? I found you first, says the spiky-haired hedgehog. Wait, what? Sonic looks around to see he's inside a massive treasure chest. And as the others look on in amazement at all the gold coins, jewels and delicious snacks, Sonic notices a golden ring atop a pedestal. So that must be the Chaos Emerald. But how do we get it out of there? Suddenly, a cutscene plays, showing this very same pirate Sonic battling some robotic fish. And when he tosses a golden ring at them, they're all defeated. Then the golden ring flies into Sonic's hands. It's so heavy, it feels like it's made of metal. And then, whoa, the real pirate Sonic appears. Where did you find that? That's the golden ring of time. The what? Sonic asks. The golden ring of time. It's said to be a legendary treasure, lost to the Sapphire Seas. But how does it relate to the Chaos Emeralds? As Pirate Sonic explains, the golden ring of time was made with the power of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. And whoever possesses it can control time itself. Wait, does that mean Jez? Says Pirate Sonic, confirming Sonic's suspicions. That means Dr. Starline is after it for his time-traveling plot. Oh, no. We gotta stop him, says Sonic. Don't worry, Sonic, I know just the ship to get us around these parts, says Pirate Sonic. And with that, he leads them to his ship, the Storm Emerald. But little do they know, their next adventure is about to begin. As soon as they land in the Sapphire Seas, Sonic is immediately blown away by the ocean. Wow, this place is amazing. And while Amy is amazed by how cool Pirate Sonic's ship is, Knuckles is more concerned with getting to work, taking down. Meanwhile, aboard the airship, Dr. Starlin is fuming over his lack of progress. But wait, what's that? A mysterious island appears out of nowhere. And upon landing, Sonic notices something strange. The music is driving me crazy. Can we turn it down? We're almost there, Spike can feel it. Whoa! And the other half's just been destroyed. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. There he is. Look at him. What? Robot Sonic? What's he doing here? Well, if it isn't the organic blue blur, I don't think he wants to run from me anymore. Why aren't you running? You're supposed to be fast.
Come on!
Let's finish this. I got it. You want to play rough, so let's play rough. Take this, Robot Sonic. Oof, that hurt. What? How? Why? I scanned you. You shouldn't be able to do that. My sensors detected a large amount of chaos energy inside you. What? How? That doesn't make sense. The Master Emerald is in the Mystic Cave. I sealed it with my own chaos energy. Yes, but someone or something corrupted it. Now I must eliminate the source. You won't get to the Master Emerald. Not while I'm around. Fancy meeting you here, Sonic. The chaos energy inside of him is going haywire. If this continues, it could destroy the entire world. I'm picking up a distress call from the Mystic Cave. Knuckles is in trouble. Looks like I know what I have to do. Gotta hurry. This place is falling apart. If I can absorb all the chaos energy here, then I'll finally be able to destroy the source. And with it, the planet will finally be at peace. Will be the hero of this world. Will be better than Sonic. I'll be the best, the greatest, the one and only. Robot Sonic. What are you doing here? The name's Sonic, and you can buzz off. Robot, gotcha. You first. All the power in this world is controlled by machines. Now, they took all the color out of everything and replaced it with cold, hard steel. Guess that explains the name. What is this place? It looks like half the city's been replaced with machines. Hey Tails, do you get the feeling we're being watched?
Of course I do.
That's why I brought the binoculars. Wait, why does he sound exactly like me? Because I was modeled after you, little blue buddy. After all, I am your ultimate evolution. The perfect Sonic. The source of all life energy is the source of all negative emotions. The thing that gives life to this world is the very thing destroying it, so it must be eliminated. Wait, are you telling me that if I stop my heart, the world will be at peace?
That's right.
I may be just a simple machine, but I'm programmed to do one very important job. And no one, not even the great Sonic the Hedgehog, will stop me. Sonic, you have to believe me. This world needs you. Please don't die. Sorry, pal, but you don't get to tell me what to do. Gah, he actually touched my shoulder. That's disgusting. Get away from me. You're nothing but a big lug made of metal. How are you gonna stop me? Haha, I'll stop you. Just wait and see. If you think this is funny, it's not. This place used to be full of life, color, and most importantly, music. But you wouldn't know anything about music, would ya, robot? I used to love this place. I wonder what happened to all the people who lived here. People are weak. They make mistakes. They feel things. Things like sadness, anger, fear, love, happiness. These are all things that hold them back. That's why I'm here, to remove their weakness, remove their flaws. What? Are you saying you're better than Sonic? Better than the great Sonic the Hedgehog? Oh, you have no idea. I've scanned every inch of this planet and the data is clear. Wait, where did he go? Where are you? Sonic, come on. You can't hide from me forever. Oh, no. Whoa, what's going on? This energy signature is off the charts. Hey, welcome to Season 2 of Adventures of Sonic and Friends. Here we go. Alright, here we go again. Another day, another wacky adventure for our favorite blue hedgehogs. This time, though, things are gonna get a little bit weird, a little bit wacky, a lot bit crazy. But it seems that someone or something has stolen all of the emeralds and turned them into pacifiers, bottles and toys. While he's gone, Baby Sonic wakes up and is immediately confused by the giant blue blur that just entered his home. After some explaining, Baby Sonic agrees to help find the emeralds and take down Eggman. He's got to look after Baby Sonic while also trying to take down Eggman. It's not easy, especially when you consider that Eggman is basically a superpowered toddler with a taste for world domination. Sonic tries everything, from hiding in plain sight to teaming up with Baby Sonic to attack Eggman directly. Nothing seems to work until Sonic remembers what he learned in the last episode.
That's right.
Teamwork. So now we have a full-on Baby Sonic and an even more babyish Eggman to deal with. What could possibly go wrong? He needs the help of his friends. And with their combined powers, they're able to outsmart Eggman and take back the Chaos Emeralds. Did you enjoy today's adventures? Well, then be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future uploads. We've got all kinds of exciting stuff planned for this season, so stay tuned. Until next time, this is your host. Thanks for watching. See you later. In the end, Eggman is defeated, and the dimension returns to normal. Sonic says goodbye to Baby Sonic and the gang and heads home. As always, he may be a lone wolf, but he knows when to call for backup. And who would do such a thing? Well, none other than Eggman, who's also shrunk down to the size of a toddler. They may be small, but they're definitely mighty. We've got Amy, who can use her magical hammer to smash anything. Even Tails is here, except he's so tiny, he looks like a little yellow ball. Knuckles is a bit of a handful, always getting into everything, while Rouge is, well, she may be a baby, but she's still a babe. Gotta love them, see? Eggman was looking for a new challenge, and stealing all the Chaos Emeralds from different dimensions seemed like the next logical step. Now he plans to use this dimension's unique power to grow and become the biggest, baddest baby ever. With the power of the Master Emerald, he can not only control the size of objects, but also the minds of others.
That's right.
Even the smallest fry can become the most powerful being in the universe. If they have these bad boys. Sonic is crash-landed into a dimension made for toddlers. Everything soft, everything squishy, and suddenly he hears the cutest little scream ever. He looks over and sees the tiniest version of himself ever. No, this isn't one of those time travel episodes. This is just Sonic being Sonic. Sonic finds out that this dimension is powered by the Chaos Emeralds, and is protected by the master of this dimension. Sonic doesn't want Eggman to hurt anyone else, so he decides to shrink down and stop him. First, let me introduce you to the rest of the gang. As the episode progresses, we see Sonic struggle to multitask. Sonic realizes that he can't do this alone. And that's the end of this week's episode. It's time to unite the multiverse. The stakes have never been higher. All of Sonic's alternate selves from across the multiverse are here, including Ninja, Pirate, Baby Pixel, and even Robot Sonic. And together, they're gonna take on Eggman's final Chaos Tower, but not without some growing pains along the way. Unfortunately, these fights don't last long as reinforcements arrive in the form of hard-boiled heavies, egg pawns, and even a couple of egg strikers. It seems like there are just endless baddies to fight here. In this episode, we start off with our heroes racing through the final stages of the Death Eggs. However, just when all hope seems to be lost, another portal opens up, and out steps the mysterious red and blue Sonic along the way. We get some more classic beat-em-up action, with more enemy encounters, and some quick boss fights. What ensues is an epic battle with lots of close calls and unexpected plot twists. looks like our heroes are going to win, Eggman activates the emergency self-destruct. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. In a last-ditch effort to save everyone, Classic Sonic uses the Chaos Emeralds to teleport all the Sonics and Eggman away from the Death Egg just before it explodes. These include a rematch with the Phantom, Ruby, the Werehog, and even a giant metal Sonic head. Classic Sonic takes out the Phantom with a well-placed spin attack, while future Sonic dispatches Ruby with ease. As for the giant metal head, well, let's just say it doesn't stand a chance against the combined power of all the Sonics. These two Sonics waste no time getting into the action. Red Sonic rushes towards the Titan Robo, while Blue Sonic flies overhead, providing support. We don't learn much about these two, but they sure do pack a punch. It's a nice place to reflect on their victory and also to say goodbye to their alternate selves. But before they part ways, they all share a moment of camaraderie and respect, acknowledging the strength and courage of each and every one of them. After all, they may come from different worlds, but they're all united by one thing: their unwavering determination to protect the multiverse from evil. Together, they create an opening, and Red Sonic takes his chance, delivering a powerful kick that finally takes down the Titan Robo. With the power of the 7 Chaos Emeralds at his command, Eggman is in his final form, but he isn't alone. He's brought back up in the form of the Neo Metal Sonic, an army of robotic minions that look like metal Sonics and shoot lasers. That might sound like overkill, but trust me, it is just the beginning. As the team splits up to take on these new baddies, we get some cool fight scenes, including one where Classic Sonic uses his spin attack to take out multiple enemies at once. But before the situation gets too dire, a portal opens up and out steps none other than the Noir Sonic, looking cool as ever in his trench coat. While Noir takes out some enemies with his trusty revolver, we learn more about this world through dialogue with Classic Sonic. Suddenly, a gigantic new enemy appears, the Titan Robo, a massive mechanized Titan, controlled by... This thing looks like a mix between the classic Eggman mech from Sonic 2 and the mech from Sonic Heroes. So let's just say it's a tough cookie to crack. Apparently, this universe had a lot of the same events as our Sonic's world, except with some key differences. For example, Dimitri and Rouge were never in this version of the Mystic Ruins. Instead, the Master Emerald was protected by the Knuckles clan. Also, it seems this Sonic never got captured by the cops after stealing that first chili dog. Either way, this version of Sonic went down a darker path and became more of a lone wolf type character. Luckily, though, he still has a good heart and is willing to help out his alternate counterpart. But just as things seem to be turning around, the ground starts to shake and the screen flashes with a red light. At first, it seems like our heroes are doomed as they struggle to land any attacks on the Titan Robo. With the way paved, our heroes race towards the top of the Death Egg. Finally reaching the top of the tower, our heroes are confronted by none other than Eggman and the Neo Metal Sonic. As the dust settles, all the Sonics find themselves back at the Green Hill Zone. So that's it for this episode. So this is it. After 30 years of existing, 8 seasons of shows and countless games, comics, movies, etc. This is what Sonic has been building up to. The reason why this is such a great final confrontation is because it puts an end to something we have you and Rayleigh seen concluded since the beginning of the series. For 8 seasons, we've seen multiple versions of Sonic across different dimensions meet their demise. And now, our our main protagonist has a chance to finally put an end to that. Most of them seem to center around the fact that this seems to completely disregard all of the previous content we've gotten since the show began, which would be fair if that was the case, but it's not. If anything, this feels like the natural conclusion to the overarching stories. Started with Sonic losing his memories and finding himself on the shattered world. Everything that happened across these 26 episodes was a means to help him remember who he is. Because there's an incredibly sweet moment towards the end where he says goodbye to the main cast. Overall, I think the final battle is pretty straightforward and doesn't overcomplicate things. And I think it really drives home the idea that this is the only ending that makes sense for him. In doing so, he also resolves a plot thread from the very first episode. Sonic is selfless. Sure, he has his own goals, but he'll always be willing to put others before himself. And while that usually manifests in him helping just one person, in this case, it's on a much grander scale. Instead, it was just a version of Sonic from the future, who had become jaded and tired of constantly fighting against the cycle of good and evil. You always have to keep believing in yourself and your friends, even when you feel like you're all alone. And that's why I think Sonic becoming Sonic Prime is such a powerful image to end the series on, because it represents hope. It's the idea that we can overcome anything if we believe in ourselves, and never lose sight of what's important. Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. It's the coming together of all of the versions of Sonic that we've seen throughout the series, both good and bad. The final battle was a great conclusion to the overarching stories. The action was fun and exciting. The emotional beats landed. And the animation, while not perfect, was solid. I am excited for whatever comes next. But I will miss this version of Sonic. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you liked. And it's a reminder that no matter who you are, you have the power to change the world for the better. All of the villains in this series were simply different sides of Sonic himself. Whether it be his darker impulses, his own subconscious mind, his doppelganger from another dimension, or even an aspect of him that rejected everything he stood for. Ultimately, the main Sonic was always the hero because he believed in protecting life and preserving freedom. The fact that Sonic never really felt at home on any of these worlds, and was always looking for something more, is now resolved by him. Creating a new home for himself where he can be accepted for who he is. Throughout the series, we've shown multiple examples of just how quickly things can change, and how even the smallest decisions can have major consequences. Instead, it's exactly what the audience should want, because throughout the entire series, that's all he's ever wanted. And yes, he does leave behind a lot of friends along the way. But he's making the ultimate sacrifice to ensure the safety of everyone in every world. He literally becomes a god by merging with every version of himself to protect the multiverse. That is a far greater responsibility than being the protector of just one single world. So if Sonic hadn't remembered who he was, and failed to stop the destruction of the multiverse, then the world he returns to at the end would likely just be another world where those things were unvalued. And if I'm being honest, it might be a little underwhelming for some fans. And where he belongs, rather than just having him destroy yet another bad guy. And to see that come full circle here is honestly refreshing. But let me tell you, in my opinion, this is a perfect ending for Sonic Frontiers. Let me explain why. Now, while I can understand that some may be upset that after everything, we get the same old boss fight in many ways, it feels like the original intent of the show was to have Sonic find peace with who he is. As for the animation, well, I mean, I guess it is pretty average. I think the best way to look at it is to imagine it as a mix between an OVA special and a regular episode. It doesn't quite hit the heights of something like the Shadow the Hedgehog OVA, or even the most recent episode, but it's still better than most of the other stuff in between. Now, I know a lot of people are gone. Now talk about how weird some of the character models look, particularly the villains. And I'm not gonna lie, they do look a bit off. And when you look back at the pilot episode, specifically the last scene, we can see that the Ancient Guardian was never truly evil. But if there's anything the show made clear, it's that those aren't things that should be taken for granted. While I could go on about all the connections in this episode, I think the main takeaway that I want viewers to get is that Sonic returning home is a cop-out. Sonic Prime is a culmination of everything that came before it. It's the merging of light and dark, good and evil, friend and foe. Overall, this was a fantastic series, and I am happy to see it come to an end on such a high note.